Honestly guys, I'm very sorry that I didn't post a match review after that Everton lost, but I was speechless. I didn't know what I was going to say. I just turned off the TV immediately and I went to do something else to prevent my heart from getting worse, if you know what I mean. So that's why I didn't post a match review. I will do it next time and not skip it, but ever since that loss, it has been going around Chelsea news after Chelsea news after Chelsea news. And I think we're going to go through a couple of them on Twitter and I will give you my thoughts and opinions around that, because we could actually do a lot of stuff in the January transfer window to strengthen Pochettino's side if he's obviously still here as a manager. It depends how the results is going to go. I mean, if you're just going to continue lose and lose and lose, he's not gonna make it. Just what I believe. But let's get going then. And the first one is coming from Fras Fletcher via Team Talk, and he's saying that Chelsea are set to swing the axe on a total of 7 players in the Chelsea squad because Pochettino wants to turn the club into a serious title contender. Conversations has been ongoing between the directors and Pochettino over who is seen as the indispensable and not at the required level to stay over the foreseeable future. Well, there is many players for sure, with a list of names at risk of losing their status as Chelsea players revealed is Noni Madueke. I mean, I can understand that because he's not even in the match squad, even though he is fit and not injured. And that's pretty sad because I think he has shown some promise in the few games we have seen him, more than other players have shown. So I'm shocked Pochettino wants him gone. The second player is Trevor Chalobah. I can understand that. We have known this for ever since the summer that he's not favored. Not even by the owners, because they want to have pure profits by selling academy products. Yeah. As you know, the owners, they only see the transfer business aspects of Chelsea. It feels like they don't want us to succeed. The player is Armando Broja. I think he has interest from Besiktas. I think they're monitoring him, the Turkish side at the moment. Broja has had it tough. He's had a horrible injury and was gone for a year. I think he did his ACL and he was not on it in the game against Everton. But I understand that he's lacking match sharpness. The guy has barely played for a whole year. But if he can generate money, if Pochettino doesn't favor him, maybe he is a player we have to sacrifice too. I will come to later why. The fourth player is Marco Cucurella. I think Marco Cucurella is looking decent when he's being played as a left back. When we have been using him as a right back, it has not been looking good, bro. And is that down to the player's fault? I mean, it's not Marco Cucurella putting himself as a right back, it's Pochettino. He has had decent spells where I think he's being alright defensively in terms of passing. He's working hard, he's aggressive. But is he a player that is going to take us forward? Probably not, so I could accept Marco Cucurella getting sold as well. Maybe we shouldn't have signed him from the beginning. The fifth player is a shocking one, and that is Axel Disasi, because I think he's been looking decent. I mean, I questioned even in the summer why we should sign him, but in hindsight I think it was the right option because Fofana got injured, we had Badiashile being injured, and that would only have left us with Colwill and Silva as our centre back, so Disasi coming in might have been the right options. But to offload him after just a couple of months, and he has been more than okay, I think that is actually shocking. I mean, Fofana is injury prone. Maybe he's someone we could look to sell instead. I mean, Disasi hasn't picked an injury so far, so wouldn't it make more sense to offload Fofana? That's what I'm thinking. And the next player is Ian Madsen. It's looking likely he's going to get sold because he has been out of favor ever since the beginning of the summer. As we know, the Chelsea owners want to sell academy players because that would be pure profit in the books. And Ian Madsen has refused to sign the new contract too. So it even makes more sense than to sell him. I think it's sad. I think he was brilliant in the preseason. He's shown promise. And I thought he was gonna be a key part in the Chelsea squad, but unfortunately he wasn't. And the last player is Malo Gusto, who are amongst those who are considered as available options to be sold and replaced with better quality. But Malo Gusto seems to have so much talent. I can see that when he has gotten game time. Unfortunately, he has been injured though. But to sell him just after a half year when we got him into the summer, I mean, it just tells you all you need to know about the recruitment. Our recruitment has been a -10. I mean, almost every player we have signed under this recruitment has been shocking signings. And it's going to be even more shocking when we're going to offload some of these already. But Malo Gusto, I don't think has been doing anything wrong. I mean, it's the first season in Premier League. The guy's only 20 years old. He's fast. He's a threat going forward. I think he's looked alright defensively. We're looking to sell Sarr as well. And even Conor Gallagher might be a player that we're looking to offload as well, because he's an academy player too. And players are interested. Other teams are interested in Gallagher because he is performing well this season, and if we're looking to sell all of these guys in January transfer window, we can make over 100 million. Let's look into what Pochettino has been saying. Pochettino is keen for more than just a striker in January, believing Chelsea are short at the front, back and middle, but the business will be dependent on injuries and the player sales. It depends what player we could absolutely sell, because we need to be careful with the financial fair play. I know that we can't just spend 100 million without selling players again. So I understand we have to offload. We need to do what we need to do in January to try and save this sinking ship, because God forbid we might actually be in a relegation battle. We might have to sacrifice players we don't want to sacrifice to maybe get a Victor Osimhen. He should be our #1 priority, because we don't have a better opportunity than now to actually get him before anyone else snaps him. So offload players, that's what I would do. I will go for Victor Osimhen immediately. We need a world-class striker that will finish the dinner up front, because Bojan Jackson cannot do that. And he continues also that more height and a striker on the agenda for Pochettino. But Chelsea are likely to need to sell player next month. We already talked about that. Striker targets is included in Ivan Toney, Victor Osimhen, and Victor Gyökeres. What's interesting about Victor Gyökeres is I actually played against him when I was like 10 years old, because he's from Sweden as well. And he used to play in the nearby local team here. And that's actually crazy. He will come here just for that reason. He is smashing it in the Portuguese league. But is he someone that is world class? Is he someone that's going to come in and make the difference for us in the Premier League? That's why I'm looking at Victor Osimhen. He should be our first target as a striker. Ivan Toney hasn't been playing football for 8 months. And he still has the risk that he might continue his betting. We can't be assured that he will stop with that. You never know. And I also think Arsenal wants to sign him, and Ivan Toney said he would prefer Arsenal. So I wouldn't even look at Ivan Toney. I think that's a bigger risk. So it's either Victor Osimhen as a first target or someone else that is world class. I don't know if Victor Gyökeres would make the difference up front. Maybe he would. You never know. Pochettino has also said he wants a centre mid and a defender, and that we like height and aggression. Well, if we're gonna offload Gallagher, we might need a new centre mid, but I would prefer Gallagher to stay, unless we're using that money to then invest into Victor Osimhen. Then I could accept that. But more centre mids? I mean, we got so many young centre mids even out on loan. What about Casadei? What about Andre Santos? Ugo Chukwu, etc. There is so many players we have signed I have already forgot. Even Lavia, what about him? We're going to get in another centre mid. And what about Enzo Caicedo? I mean, we spent 200 million combined for these two guys to make the difference in the midfield. I don't know why we need a centre mid. And when it comes to a centre back, we got this Sassi, Chile, Silva, Fofana, Colwill. Humphries is out on loan. We got academy guys in Gilchrist and Brooking who could be decent backups. Is signing another centre back going to make the difference for us? I don't really think so. I want to look at a centre back at the moment. Thiago Silva might retire soon, but that means we still got 4 centre backs to use that has a future. It depends how, if Fofana will continue to get injuries, but then we can just bring in Humphries in the summer and be a backup. If I'm going to sign a defender, I would rather look into a left back if we're going to sell both Madsen and Cucurella, since Chilwell is injury prone as well. Or I will look to invest into right back since we got injury problems there as well. Maybe we can loan in a right back and a left back with an obligation to buy in the summer to see how they will work on the Pochettino. Would they help us? And if they do, then we might have to. It continues here. Chelsea are close to breaching profit and sustainable rules and may have to sell before they can buy. That's what I told you. Tottenham would again be interested if Gallagher was available. With Andre Postecoglou's injury, his squad in need of reinforcement. The 23-year-old is understood to be reluctant to sign a long-term contract up to 8 years, which Chelsea are insisting on. He still has to sign a new contract. I would like Gallagher to do so because he has shown passion, work ethic. He's a machine in the midfield. He's lacking massively in the final third, although he has improved in terms of his ball control and passes. But as I said, if it means we're selling Gallagher to then invest into Victor Osimhen, I would rather sacrifice and accept that, because Victor Osimhen is a must priority to change the squad. And talking about 8-year contracts, well, we got some more news here, which is not looking good, bro. Frustrations are extending to certain members of the Chelsea squad who are privately instructing their agents to seek moves away, which is easier said than done given the long-term contract, 8 years in some of these cases that have been signed. What players could that be? I know Madueke signed a really long contract. Malagusta as well. Did Sassi do that? I think he signed a 5-year contract. Could there be other players that we don't know about that wants to seek moves away as well? Wouldn't surprise me either. And we assigned some of these guys on prison long contracts. I mean, they will earn crazy money for 8 years and nothing will basically happen to them. There is barely no pressure on them. And I don't know how easy it's going to be to get rid of these. We will have to take big significant losses on these guys. But of course we have to also offload players that doesn't want to be here. But it's still a little embarrassing. We're still looking to extend contracts on 8 years on players. I know you want to secure their future, but I mean, signing up here on a 4-year extension should be enough. I don't know what these owners got the obsession of signing players on prison long contracts. It's absolutely crazy. Sark and Sella continue with that Pochettino has effectively questioned the squad assembled and called for the club to back him with further new signings or adjust targets. Chelsea blame game begins as Pochettino risks rocking boat with reality check. Another tweet that concerns me or report is that other sources have said that when Pochettino was in Tottenham and PSG, those that worked along him said that in terms of recruitment, Pochettino didn't really ask for much. He was respectful and he liked what he was working with. He doesn't demand really much, he just recommends. And he continues that our reality now is mid-table. And if we want to go up, we have to push ourselves. When the transfer window opens, we will see what we can do. I'm not saying I'm going to ask for more players or less players, but it is to see if perception matches reality. I want a manager that knows what he wants. I want a manager to tell the owners, listen, and the board, this is the player I want. You have to sign him for me. Because how can the players, how can others respect you if you don't know what you want? If this is really true, Pochettino is absolutely another yes man. But that's what the owners wanted from the first place. It looks like our recruitment team are that as well. We need a manager that knows what they want. Like Guardiola, like Mourinho, even Antonio Conte knows what he wants for type of signings. He doesn't demand, he just recommends. I'm not asking for more players. I mean, it has frustrated me a lot what Pochettino has been saying lately in these press conferences, post-match interview, etc. It's not looking good. I mean, our manager doesn't even know what he wants. I hope that's not true. I hope he truly knows what he wants. But that we're lacking height, and that's the reason why we also have been playing with 3 centre-backs. So we're sacrificing a full-back to play another centre-back just to have more height in the game. Like, we need to have pure full-backs that can go forward and assist the wingers in the final third. And to possess more threat as well. Also funny how we are linked with other younger guys at this moment in time. We're linked with a 16-year-old Brazilian guy that has barely played any professional football, and he's worth 40 million. Like, it's not enough that those signings we have made so far. We have signed like 20 young guys. Isn't that enough? And we also have Cobham. If Pochettino doesn't like this, he needs to tell what he wants to the recruitment and the owners. And if they don't listen, I would just walk out the door. Because it's not worth being in a project where you don't get the backing. They don't listen to you. They just want to sign the players they're looking to sign. We can't have that. And I will make another video later what we have to do, but this board have to leave the project. And of course they have to back Pochettino in January, but they need to listen what he needs. But at the same time, I'm saying against this now, because I don't really think we need a new centre back, but I agree we need a new striker. And maybe new fullbacks, because we got players that can't play there. They are always at the hospital. So yeah, I'm just getting frustrated by these news and tweets and what Pochettino is saying, what's going on. And honestly, I have no confidence in the recruitment team. I have no confidence in Pochettino, in these owners. I don't have confidence in these guys. Hopefully they can prove us wrong, turn it around. And at the moment it feels like we will never see the light again in Chelsea Football Club unless something drastic changing. We will get to see that. I don't know. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my page, hit that notification bell for more videos coming this week, and thank you so much. Take care.